An old video depicting a group of people exploring an abandoned school shows something terrifying. A man driving home from work spots something on the side of the highway that looks like a young child. Online, there's a debate on if a disturbing anime is real or if it's a figment of the imagination. And a 12-year-old girl loses her life. Her killer is still out there. Maybe you could help bring a killer to justice and peace to the family of Eliza Spencer. Join me for some interesting mysteries.
Bigelow Street. Reports of a female shot in the chest, 13-year-old female. Stage away. Bigelow Street, 13-year-old female, possibly shot in the chest. South of priority. President Chamberlain and Waldorf Street.
Fred Spencer was walking with his two children, his son and daughter, around 10 p.m. on April 21st, 2022. As they walked down Bigelow Street in Binghamton, New York, a family outing would turn into tragedy. As the three neared the intersection of Bigelow and Chamberlain Street, a shot rang out from the darkness, striking Fred's daughter, 12-year-old Eliza Spencer, in the chest. Because this incident is an ongoing case, there is not much information about the case. What is known is within the last year, no one has been arrested, and any suspects the police are looking at is a mystery.
It has been determined that the victim was walking outside with her family when she was shot. At this time, it is believed that a single small caliber bullet was fired and that bullet struck the victim. There is no subject description at this time. And despite at least one report that's stating the incident as apparent drive-by shooting, police do not believe that to be the case at this time.
The location of the shooter when the fatal shot occurred is also unknown. It is believed that the fatal shot came from across the street from where the Spencers were standing, but no one was able to give a description of the suspect. At 10:09 p.m., the 911 call was placed. Police got to the scene within 3 minutes, but whomever fired the shot was long gone. The bullet was a small caliber. There seems to be no motive for this case, as police haven't released all the information about the incident. It is hard to know very much about it. This is an active investigation. But let's look at Eliza as a person. She loved the color purple. She was smart, kind, and helpful to all who knew her, going out of her way to help others. She played softball and was an honor student. While attempting to research for this segment, I came across a YouTube channel with the name Eliza Spencer with 2 videos on it, one of which shows a young girl in glasses.
So, I don't even know why I took this out. I didn't even show you guys what we were doing today. I'm doing Amazing Putty. If I didn't say it already, I'm pretty sure I told you. I'm not sure. Let's open it up.
The videos are from 2018, which Eliza would have been 7 or 8 years old when they were made. The young girl in the videos looks similar to Eliza, but I cannot confirm. But I felt it was important to highlight this, as I wish to get a full detailed description of what the young girl was like. On June 6, 2022, a rally was held in her name. On April 21st, 2023, a Friendship Day was held at Calvin Coolidge Elementary School. Friends of Eliza Spencer organized it to honor her memory.
It is sad. And it's a hard day for a lot of people, including myself. I just hope people are aware that no matter what time, don't take your friends for granted, because they could be took away at any moment.
The spot where she was shot and killed has become a memorial, with balloons and pictures of her on it. I wish I could go more into this case, but there isn't much of it that has come out. But it is the death of a child, taken from this world way too soon. A kind soul who went out of her way to help others. A bright girl who was beloved by teachers and students alike. While the title of this series is Some Interesting Mysteries, I felt strongly about adding this to this month's episode, to bring awareness of this, even if it's just a few extra eyes. It has been a year of no justice for the death of a young girl. No peace of mind for her family, her father, who was with her, and her 13-year-old brother, who was also with her. So I implore anyone in the Binghamton area, if you know something that could lead to the arrest of the person who shot Eliza Spencer, please contact the Binghamton Police Department. Her family deserves justice. Dash cams have many uses, especially in accidents or incidents involving road rage, and you can find many of these videos on YouTube. There are many I could cover for this series, but for now, I'm going to look at this one. This footage is from Mitch Kuhn. He was driving down the Hume Highway just south of Sydney, Australia, when something bizarre happened. Kuhn was hauling a trailer with his pickup truck when he spotted a child in the middle of the road, one in what looked like to be a blue blanket or a coat, and it was wandering onto the highway. Kuhn thought it would be a bad idea to just stop as he was hauling a trailer, but he decided to call the police when he had the chance. He stated that the police were sending out patrols to find this child he spotted. In an article he stated, called the local station after realizing the dashcam would have footage, and called to see where I could send it to help them so they know what it is we saw and could pinpoint the location. But he was told that there was no need, as the child had been found unharmed. And if that had been the case, it would have ended there, and this story would not be in this episode, because things would become weirder. About 7:45 p.m. on Sunday, April 18, 2021, officers attached to the Campbelltown Police Area Command were notified by a woman after she and her partner reported seeing a child standing on Hume Highway near Bardia. Multiple cars attended and commenced a search of the area. However, no child was located and the search was concluded. There were no reports of a missing child in the area at the time. Inquiries are continuing. This is the official police report of the incident. There had not been a child reported missing, and nothing was found at the scene. According to police, they had never told Kuhn that they found the child. But was it a child, or something that played tricks on the Kuhn's eyes? It could have been debris in the road of some sort that just looked almost human-like. If you pause the video, you can see that it looks like a figure is there, but due to the speed of the moving vehicle, it is hard to tell if it is human or inanimate. What is clear though, that if you slow down the video, whatever it is, it just seems to materialize from the darkness, which could be a trick of the eye as well. So what did Mitch Kuhn capture that day? Was it debris on the side of the road, an apparition of a lost soul, or a child who wandered onto the highway? The search for lost media is a popular subject. Some devote most of their free time looking for obscure or lost content that has been forgotten in the sands of time. Some of these relics of the past may never be found. Some may not even exist. But there is one piece of lost media where that question if it's real or not real is an ongoing debate. Shrouded in secrecy from a post on 4chan. Violence in anime is nothing new. There are some that take it to an extreme, and there are fans of those type of anime, and they will hunt for the most violent animes out there on the internet. In 2015, a user on the paranormal board X on 4chan made a post. This post was from a user who wished for those who read the message to respond with the most disturbing thing they have ever found on the deep web. One answered that he saw weird anime. He went on to describe this anime as a bunch of girls stuck in a bathroom. These girls have a conversation about not being able to get out of the bathroom. As time passes, they starve and lose hope. Then the screaming starts, and the gore, as each girl begins ripping out their own necks, smashing their heads into the floor, and one drowns another in a sink. This anime disturbed the poster to the point of crying themselves to sleep, and claimed that all of this was drawn with precision and accuracy. He claimed that it looked like it was from the 80s. It was in Japanese with English subs, 30 minutes long with no credits. It seemed to have been uploaded onto the dark web, and the voice actors sounded young, and that the name of the video was Go for a Punch. The name does not match the content that is in the anime that's described. The post got a lot of attention, and those who became interested began to ask more questions, and the poster would come back with more information, including the way the art style seemed to be, claiming it was more like Miyazaki with how it was drawn. Most of the girls had brushy brown hair, except the one that was drowned, which had brightly colored hair. The user claimed to have seen it in 2011. The user claimed to have felt dizzy with the one scream, and claimed the closest they could find was a scream from the soundtrack to The Shining. The user uploaded a track with the scream they were talking about, though they had altered it to sound more high-pitched. The user claimed that there was 9 girls in the room, and all sounded alike, except for one. The user also claimed that the title might not be the true title to the original source material. That because they were running on Windows XP, they only saw the name Go for a Punch, surrounded by boxes which they assumed to be Japanese writing. All of this led to theories that this might be an amateur anime that was made in the 80s. Then another user posted an anime message board on 4chan about this specific topic, claiming to have found the name Saki Sanobashi. When the post was linked to the original anonymous user with a question on if this was the name of the anime, the user didn't respond. The search died down until a Twitter thread in 2018. A Twitter user created a thread looking for this exact anime, but this time it was a manga he was looking for. After a long post, this Twitter user linked a YouTube video that was also linked to a 4chan thread about Saki Sanobashi, but the video had been deleted and there is no archive of it. But this turned out to be a red herring, as it was later discovered to not be anything dealing with the mystery. In 2019, Justin Wang did a video on this mystery, bringing more eyes upon it. And after his video, the search grew. Others claim to have seen the same anime, claiming to have seen it on the deep web and on the regular web. A Reddit page was created dedicated to finding this anime, and in 2019, a Redditor named Saki Sanobashi OP would post on that board, claiming to have made it all up. The message was taken down, but re-uploaded. This user claimed that the post was made to troll the original poster, and the user completely forgotten about it until seeing Wang's video on the subject. The user claimed also to have hung around the group that formed around this to have a good laugh at their expense. He then apologized for it before answering questions. To prove that he was the same person who created the post to begin with, he showed a book image that appeared in the post with a timestamp from 2015. He also shared the original image of a Bang player he had used to describe what the video looked like, as well as the track from The Shining that he had originally posted in the original posts. Some claimed it was odd that he had all of that stuff on his phone still, while others, like Wang, when he spoke about it in his follow-up video, claimed that it isn't uncommon for people to still have things on their phone. This post ended up dividing the community. Some believe the Redditor was telling the truth, while others claimed that his evidence would be easy to fake. Months after this post, another Redditor sought to debunk the claims made in the Reddit post, a user named Stelios Rotas. The track that Saki Sanobashi OP shared from The Shining wasn't pitched. Stelios Rotas pointed this out and pitched it perfectly, reenacting the 4chan posts. It turned out that the scream wasn't from the original Shining soundtrack, but from an obscure cover from a Brazilian band. Also, the screenshots were on iOS, but the original posts were from an Android phone. There was inconsistencies on the file sizes from 4chan and Reddit. This was taken well by some in the community, and breathed hope that the disturbing anime was real. But is it? There is no real proof that what Saki Sanobashi OP stated was a lie, but there is no proof that he was telling the truth either. It leaves more questions and not enough answers. If this anime is real, it could be out there, waiting to be found. If it isn't out there, then the thought of it has driven an entire community. Urban exploration is a popular genre on YouTube. People who dare to explore abandoned buildings, allowing the viewer a peek of what's inside. But these are dangerous, and sometimes illegal. Urban exploration has been around for a long time, well before YouTube became a popular destination to find such videos. There is one such video that seems old, as though it was recorded sometime in the early 2000s. It is grainy and blurry. It shows teenagers entering what looks like an old school. They walk around from room to room, at one point showing off a mural. But it is towards the end of the video that something interesting happens. As the person behind the camera pans around the room, a shadow-like figure appears from near a window and walks towards them. What is most disturbing is that the figure is missing a head. The video was shot somewhere in the Middle East. The teens are speaking in Arabic, and when the figure appears, you can hear some kind of siren, which is known as the Islamic call of prayer, telling citizens it's time to pray to Allah. The figure walks towards the teens, and the teens seemingly do not notice it, as though it's only visible to the camera and not the naked eye. But is it an apparition, or is there a more reasonable explanation? There are some who suggest that it is just one of the boys who was kneeling next to a window, then got up and walked back towards towards the group. With the low quality of video, it makes the teenager look like a shadow, and the head is blocked out by the light from the window. You do hear its footsteps, but if you slow down the video, two things become apparent. The first is that the figure appears from out of nowhere, and the second is that, though the light is bright, and could theoretically block out the head of a person with such low quality footage, in the footage you can see the shoulders rise up beyond the window frame, and just end where the neck and head should be, which suggests that it might not be a person walking towards the camera. A freeze frame of the window here shows what I mean. At its most visible, the figure is transparent and like a shadow, with the windowsill visible behind the figure, no outline of a head, and the way the edges of where the head should be, it looks like a being without a head. But I leave it up to you. A low quality video that tricks the eyes into seeing a ghost, or a strange figure walking towards teenagers. Thank you for joining me. If you have a suggestion for a mystery I should cover, there are a couple ways to do it. First is to leave a comment on this video with your suggestion. The other is to join my Discord. And under suggestions for some interesting mysteries, leave your suggestion there. I check it every day. And as always, share your thoughts about these mysteries in the comments down below.